Join me for one of the best meals I've ever had at Jack's Authentic Indian Restaurant in Santa Clara. Friends from work who work in India came to town to visit, part of a big meeting we had, and they joined and they ordered everything. Here's Radha, here's Chaitan, here's Ashish, here's Anil, and they just kept ordering for me, starting with this mango mojito, but this was amazing. Banarasi pan, look at this thing. It was so light, so fluffy, and it had that pan taste in it. I can't even describe how good this was. 9.7. And then next up, we had this Navratan Moti. This thing is as tasty as it was beautiful. It was like potatoes with all these accoutrements on top of it. Piping hot, 9.5. And there we go, pani puri. If you know the Snackmaster General, you know this is my all-time favorite Indian delicacy. And I gotta tell you, this pani puri, as the kids say these days, slapped. I mean, it was the puri, the water, the accoutrements, delicious. It was heaven. I honestly almost had a tear in my eye eating this in the restaurant. They were laughing at me as they were eating because I couldn't control my emotions. This is a 9.8. Moving on here, this Karai Kuti chicken. The food just kept coming, and this one was spectacular. This was your epitome of Indian spice time release. Good heat, the chicken, supple, tender, the mustard, homemade, and it was so delicious. I would bathe in that mustard. This was a 9.4. Now the papadums. Now I've had papadums before, but never like this. These papadums were clearly made with passion, with love. This mint chutney was maybe the best chutney I've had in my Indian food tasting experience, 9.4. Moving on, we had this paneer makhni and a butter chicken. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a huge butter chicken guy, but this butter chicken, oh my God, this thing was unbelievable. Like, you're gonna see me point here because pointing means I love it, 9.6, but this was the real star. This paratha was the best paratha I've ever had. No, I've called India the king of breads for years, because it is. But this paratha, 9.7, spectacular. This raita, delicious. I put it on everything. The dal, I wish I got myself eating this because it was the best dal I ever had, 9.8. This Hyderabad biryani though, oh, spectacular, sensational. The waiter came over, it was like a show, him cutting it open. It's like Christmas, waiting for this to open. Under the tree, all the presents for the good boys and girls, and look at that. I said look at it. Delicious. And that bread on top, by the way, I was like, oh my God, I was stuffing in my face as much as I could. This was the best biryani I've ever had. Hands down. I don't know how they work this magic. 9.85. Yes, 9.85. This chili paratha was sensational. We had to do dessert, this kulfi faluda to start with. I don't even know what kulfi faluda was. My friend said just try it, so I did. And sensational. Like, this place just did not miss. 9.5. And of course, if you're getting dessert, you gotta get gulab jamuns. This gulab jamun was the best gulab jamun I've ever had, and I've had a bunch of them. 9.6. Had to say hello to the chef, our hero. I was so impressed. I just had to tell him. I was giving him praise after praise. I had to shake his hand. 9.